That update on rapper Tory Lanez. He was taken to a hospital this morning after being attacked by another inmate at the state prison in Tehachapi. Lanez, whose legal name is Daystar Peterson, serving a 10-year sentence for shooting hip-hop star Megan Thee Stallion in Hollywood Hills in 2020. Officials today did not give any specifics about what may have motivated the attack or his condition.
Tory Lanez has been stabbed in prison, and the injuries are way more brutal than anyone thought. According to a new update posted directly to his personal Instagram account by his team, Tory was stabbed 14 times, 7 times in the back, 4 times in the torso, twice in the back of the head, and once on the left side of his face. Both of his lungs collapsed, and he was placed on a breathing machine. Thankfully, he's now breathing on his own, talking normally, and in good spirits.
The reports in the hospital is that he is doing remarkably well. I was told yesterday, because they had already taken out the tubes that were draining the fluids from his lungs, they had already taken them out by the time my wife and I got there. And I was told by the nurse, in his particular condition, normally they would have had to leave those tubes in at least a couple more days.
Yeah, this wasn't just some random scuffle, it was a targeted hit. Ever since the news hit, we first found out thanks to Spider Loke's YouTube channel that Tory was attacked by a Mexican inmate. This was through a phone call audio from an inmate inside the same facility confirming it. By the next day, we got an official report that revealed the identity of the attacker, whose real name is Santino Casio. Let's break it all down, from the attack to the attacker's criminal background and to relevant information about the prison where Tory is in.
Rapper Tory Lanez has been charged with shooting artist Megan Thee Stallion during an argument. The DA's office says Lanez, whose legal name is Daystar Peterson, shot Megan's feet during an argument in the Hollywood Hills July 12th.
So first, some context. Tory Lanez, born Daystar Peterson, is serving a 10-year sentence for the shooting of Megan Thee Stallion, which happened back in 2020 after a night of heavy drinking. The situation got violent, and Tory was ultimately convicted in August 2023 on 3 felony charges: assault with a semi-automatic firearm, discharging a firearm with gross negligence, and carrying a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle. Since entering prison, Tory's somehow kept a public presence. He did a phone interview with the Full Send podcast, released a jailhouse album, and even went viral when footage surfaced of him recording on a prison phone, with a riot breaking out in the background.
500 on his cell, make him do gymnastics. Seen that nigga run up to the yard and he got backflip. Crying in the cell so many nights that I got trapped in. I love him, it's more than I got trapped in. He got the cell and I got more than I got damn.
And just weeks ago, a photo popped up on his Instagram, showing him in the prison yard looking jacked, standing confidently with a group of inmates. Fast forward to the morning of May 12th, Tory is in the yard at the California Correctional Institution in Tehachapi when he's attacked by another inmate. Reports from TMZ and other outlets only said he was stabbed without any other information, but now we have official details, not from the media or the jail, but straight from his Instagram page, posted by his team. Here's what they revealed: 7 stab wounds to the back, 4 to the torso, 2 to the back of his head, and 1 to the left side of his face. Both of his lungs collapsed, and he was rushed to the hospital via ambulance, placed on a breathing apparatus to save his life. The good news? He's now breathing on his own, is able to speak normally, and is in good spirits despite being in pain. His team said he's deeply thankful to God and grateful for all the continued prayers and support. Now here's where things get even more interesting. Before we had any official reports from the media about the attacker, Spider Loke posted an audio from an alleged inmate phone call inside the same prison. And in the clip, the inmate confirmed that Tory was indeed stabbed by a Mexican inmate, and that even though the motive was unknown to him, it most likely was just over prison politics. So basically, this was probably an order or contract by prison leaders. Think about it. There was no riot, no gang brawl, and no other injured inmates reported.
What's cracking?
What it do, Fight?
Shit, nothing much to look, right? This morning, brother, the Mex came out and bust on the boy Tory. You know, they airlifted him and all that, so you know, no, that's gonna respond when we come off this shit. We're gonna respond the right way to that.
They laid the yard down.
No, it happened in the building.
What was it over? It was over some. What he had did he have a debt, a gambling debt or something?
Nah, nothing like that. Shit, we don't even really know. We don't even know the whole situation, you know.
So it was just like some foul play. So it's finna be up.
Yeah, it's it for sure with some foul play.
Damn, cuz. Wasn't nobody right there with him when it happened? Wasn't nobody right there with him when it went down?
Yeah, I guess nobody wasn't. He was by himself out there. He got a whole tier full of necks. He on a whole tier full of necks.
Wow.
But you already know, once we get off this shit, we press some play on. We press play.
I'm already knowing. God damn.
Who is Santino Casio? The 42-year-old inmate has a dark and disturbing past. According to a Los Angeles Times article from 2002, Casio, also known as Sonny, was convicted at just 20 years old for the murder of his 13-year-old girlfriend, Evelyn Brenda Cendejas. Evelyn had reportedly run away from home and had been living with Casio until he shot her in the head, ending her life. Given Casio's case involving a minor and the fact that Tory Lanez is a high-profile celebrity, it's likely that both men were placed in what's known as SNY, or Sensitive Needs Yard, a specialized section of prison reserved for inmates with safety concerns, including celebrities, sex offenders, gang dropouts, and others at risk in the general population. Casio is already serving a life sentence, and from his satanic pentagram tattoo on his neck, you can tell this man is volatile and dangerous. In 2008, he was also sentenced to an additional 6 years for assaulting another inmate with a deadly weapon. With nothing left to lose, it's no surprise he allegedly attempted to take Tory Lanez's life behind bars. But now the big question is, was this attack solely Casio's decision, or was he acting on orders from someone higher up? Could this have been a political move within the prison system, orchestrated by more powerful inmates? Or was it simply the result of Casio's own instability and madness? At this point, we're only left to speculate. Now let's talk about the prison itself, CCI, California Correction Institution in Tehachapi. This place has a history. In just the first 9 weeks of 2025, California's prison system reported 7 homicides. That's according to CDCR, the agency that oversees all prisons in the state. The violence was so bad, CDCR had to place restrictions on movement, visits, and communications in 11 high-security prisons, including the one Tory's in. So unfortunately, what happened to Tory, while shocking, is not rare. Still, the way it happened, that's what's got people raising eyebrows. And now, to no one's surprise, social media went crazy. Some were saying Tory paid someone to stab him just to get out of jail temporarily. Others went full conspiracy, claiming it was a hit job by Megan Thee Stallion's Circle. But now that we know he was stabbed 14 times, both lungs collapsed, and he had to be hooked to a breathing machine. It's clear this wasn't staged. This was real. This was an attempt on his life. Those wild internet theories? They've been completely debunked by the reality of how brutal this attack actually was. As of now, Tory Lanez is stable, recovering, and trying to stay strong. But it's clear now, prison life for him just got way more dangerous. We don't know if this was gang-related, personal beef, or something else entirely, but one thing's for sure. He's going to have to move very carefully from now on. Let's pray he fully recovers and makes some serious changes to how he moves inside those walls, because next time, he might not be so lucky. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, hit that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts, and of course, subscribe for more updates like this one. Turn on the bell so you don't miss the next story. Stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next video.